Hello, welcome to the Courageous Self-Care podcast. I'm your host, Christina Marlette. On this show, we talk about self-care that really is strategic. So sometimes we can think that self-care is do this, do that, add this to my already busy routine, add this, and oh my gosh, I'm stressed from all the self-care. And that is not how I want you to envision self-care. What I would rather it be, and I went through this journey myself, is not a list of things to do, but a way of living. And when we are able to prioritize our own well-being first and then give from the overflow, it just completely shifts everything. And so we want our self-care to be more strategic and not just this vague idea of either this something I'll get to someday when I have more time, or this really frustrating series of tasks that you feel like you have to get through. Now, I'm doing a series of festival insider interviews because if you are brand new here, then welcome and surprise. If you are returning, then you will know that I am working on the Courageous Self-Care Festival, which is a one-day event for primarily women who are stressed out, overwhelmed, frantically running from one place to the next and never seem to work any self-care strategies or ideas into their lives, or women who are well along their self-care journey and are looking for some upgrades to make it even better. And so this festival is happening on Saturday, November 16th in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And whether you are able to come or if you're not anywhere close, what I wanted to do was share the speakers and some of the festival vendors with you because they are just too good to keep secret. And so today with me, I have the fabulous Paulla Schmidt. Paulla, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me here, Christina.
I'm so glad that you're here. So Paulla, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you are up to.
So I am a massage therapist. I'm trying not to define myself by my job because that's also part of my self-care.
Yes.
But I am a massage therapist of 17 years. I have a little growing family. I have a 4 and a 5-year-old. I've just started a year ago my own mobile massage practice. And prior to that, I was doing some contract work as a massage therapist, but I really saw there was a need, especially with our baby boomer population and also with the new baby boom of all three, that there's really going to be a need for a lot of massage in home. And so that is what I like to provide.
Well, I have to say, Paulla, that I am so thrilled that you are part of the festival because last year when I got the download for the festival, I envisioned having massage there because I absolutely love getting massages. And it didn't happen last year, but you're making the dream come true this year. So I'm so happy that you're going to be there.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm so excited. I really am looking forward to it. It's going to be a great event.
Yeah. So tell us, you kind of mentioned this in a nutshell, but maybe you could expand a little bit more on why you are offering massage and why it's so important to you.
So I do, in my many years as a therapist, often I do see people come in for sports injuries, motor vehicle accidents, but often they continue their treatment because there is an aspect of the energetic self-care that they see continues after. So really, what I like to speak to is finding continuing treatment options for people who would like to have regular care, but maybe just don't know how to get it, especially in home. I also am a very big advocate of CBD and cannabinoids and what they can do for our bodies. And I have a vast knowledge on this subject. And I can see how this can be a really great potential in the industry to meld these two beautiful options of self-care. And so that's really what I am speaking to on a larger scale, but really accessibility is the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, I love that you're offering the mobile massage because, as you said, some people really, that's the self-care that they're able to fit in, and having you come to them, oh, it just makes it dreamy. It takes all the excuses away, right?
Exactly, yeah. And that's exactly what I aim to provide, is that option that fits into your life. Like you were saying earlier, self-care doesn't have to be something that we need to really find extra time for. This is something that we can bring to you. It fits into your schedule, where you need it, when you need it. And that's the joy of having that option in your home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's just something about the act of carving out an hour of time for yourself where you know you're going to be nurtured and you don't have to do anything except simply lay there. Like whenever I take the action to book a massage, there is tremendous power in that. And I always feel like it is an act of courage because there are so many ways I could be using that hour. And I often think, well, it would be better if I worked. But really, there's so much benefit to having that rest and recovery. And when you carve it out in your calendar and you have someone else going to be involved that you're depending on to help you, it just gives a whole different energy to that self-care. So we're going to shift gears a little bit and go into a little bit more of what courageous self-care actually is. So Paulla, for you, how do you define self-care? What does it mean to you?
So I have, I've thought about this a lot lately, especially as we move into busy times like starting school, Halloween, Christmas,
Yes.
and how we balance all of that. Now, primarily, it used to just be, a bath was kind of self-care for me. But now I'm finding that self-care really is spending time with my family and spending time with my kids, and not just time going to the park. It's time getting to know what their interests are, getting to know who they are as little people, and really understanding how I can help nurture that along the way. It sounds strange because it is so very centric on them, but I am receiving, when I set aside that real intentional time with them, it just really makes my day, it makes their day, it makes the flow of the week. And it just, it's just really where I like to put my focus right now, these days.
Yeah, you're making some great points. So self-care is a really individual thing, and what fills up one person doesn't necessarily fill up another. And it's so valuable to know what it is that does fill you up. And it also is changeable. Like at certain points in your life, it may be one thing, and then as it shifts, it turns into something else as you become more of who you are and the demands around you change. It's so valuable to tune in and ask yourself this question on a regular basis, like you're doing, Paulla. Like, what is self-care for me right now? And one of the loose definitions I use for self-care is it's either something that you look forward to before it happens, or it might be something that in the moment feels amazing, or afterwards you're like, oh, I'm so glad I did that. And so it has to meet at least one of those requirements. And if it doesn't, then it's probably not your current best practice for self-care at the time. But I say that because sometimes we know that something's going to be really good for us, like meditation. Every morning, my mind wants to negotiate and say, well, maybe you don't have to do it today. But I feel amazing while I'm doing it, and I feel so good and proud of myself after doing it. And so I know for me, that's a great form of self-care right now. And I don't necessarily look forward to it, but I have that deal that regardless of what my mind comes up with the excuses, I'm still going to do it. Yeah, and I love that you are with your kids, and I can identify with that. Like this morning I was thinking, as I was coming back from the gym, I knew my kids were going to be awake, and I thought, I'm not going to get to actually spend that much quality time with them today because volleyball practice and there's martial arts. And so I want this time this morning to be really intentional and to connect with them as much as possible so that I feel like we've given our best to each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so great to feel that kind of that balance that can come from it. But exactly like you were saying, I'll be honest, not every day is like that. Not every day do I think that self-care is spending time with my kids, but that was definitely the number one thing that has just consistently come up for me as a way of feeling balance in my life is keeping up that connection and that heart connection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a time when I really was looking for more time for myself and less time with my kids because I was with them all day, every day. And my husband would say, it's great self-care for me to spend time with the kids. I'm like, well, that is not my idea of self-care right now. I need time away.
Exactly. Yes. And I would say my fiance would be, we're in the flip side right now, but I'm sure as we go on our parenting adventure together that we will definitely flip-flop on those feelings about self-care with kids.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now I'm curious, Paulla, I'm getting all the guests on the interview to share a story of or to share something that not a lot of people know about you as a way to access this energy of courage. So what would you like to share?
So, there are a lot of things that I would like to speak to as far as courage goes, especially when it comes to the subject matter around how the cannabis aspect comes into play for me. So I am a suicide survivor and a mental health advocate, and that's how I got started on my journey with cannabis. But it has become such a huge part of my understanding of self-care, and it is something that I would really like to see shared with more people on a self-care base, because for me it has it has transformed me in a physical pain sense, in a mental health sense, and so, but that's also, it's a touchy subject. It's something that not a lot of people are feeling like they have the environment to talk about it. And so I do take it on as like an advocacy role to educate people as to what it does, how it can work, and how it can work for them, how you can consume it without having to consume traditionally. That is a huge thing for a lot of people. They're not interested in smoking, and I definitely wasn't, and that was something that I took from my own journey and was interested in seeing bring to light, and it stems from a very it's scary. It's scary to be an advocate. It's scary to be out there saying, yes, this is something that I do and something that I believe in. But I feel like the more of us that can have courage to advocate, that's a huge part. It also is allowing other women to recognize that as it being a possibility in self-care. So,
Thank you for sharing that. I can feel that that's really tender for you and close to your heart. And I appreciate your vulnerability and the courage that you are showing to share that. And yeah, we're just so lucky to have you as part of the festival with your wealth of knowledge and your massage skills. I'm really looking forward to having you there.
Thank you so much, Christina. I'm so excited. I am really looking forward to giving some education and lots of self-care. There's lots of self-care in these warm hands. So I'm excited to see everybody there at the festival.
Awesome. And you have a special deal that you're offering there with your massage. Do you want to share that?
I am, yes. So for everybody who comes to enjoy a 15-minute massage, they get, for the payment of that massage at the festival, that entitles you to a discount on your first massage booked at Life Massage. And our studio is in Marda Loop in Calgary.
Awesome. What a great deal. So essentially your first massage with you at the festival is free, and you're putting that money towards you pay the money and then get your massage, and then you get it back when you get your first long massage with you.
Yes, it'll be, so the first massage booked at Life Massage will be an hour. You can also choose an hour and a half, but the $10 that you pay for your chair massage at the festival is like your ticket to the $10 off at your first appointment. I guess that's a better way to explain it.
Like IKEA does with Christmas trees.
Exactly.
Yeah. Love it. And if people are not local and don't get to experience your amazing warm hands, where can they find you online, learn more about what you're talking about?
So online, I am on Facebook. I am Life Massage Marda Loop. On Instagram, I am Life Massage ML. And on the web, you can find us at www.lifemassage.ca.
And people can reach out to you if they want to learn more about cannabis through those
Absolutely, yes, for cannabis and topical care.
Very cool. All right, well, Paulla, thank you so much for taking time to share of yourself and your information and your wisdom and your energy. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Christina. I'm so grateful, and I look forward to seeing you again in November.
Me too. So if you are local and you are now absolutely consumed with burning desire to come get a massage at the festival, I would love to give you or offer you a pair of free tickets so that you can, there's no barriers. And so the details are the festival's on Saturday, November 16th in Calgary at Mount Royal University. And if you go to selfcareticket.com, then you'll see a whole bunch of buttons that say activate your ticket. You click on one of those, you enter your name and email, you tell a friend to do the same, and then you'll be registered and able to attend the festival, visit the wellness marketplace with all our amazing solutions and strategies for self-care, and hear really transformational and cutting edge information from our speakers. So I do encourage you to act on that and join us, because it's going to be absolutely sensational. And if you are not local and can't hop on a plane to get here, oh well, at least you got to hear this amazing interview, and I'll be doing a few more after this. So continue to tune in, and I look forward to connecting with you again next time. Bye-bye for now.